Okay, greetings everyone. Welcome to Gerard, Black in the Philippines with the Truth. I want to welcome you to my channel, all my subscribers, all my peaches, triggers, lovers, haters, commenters, scallywags, each and every one of you. I welcome you to my channel. Well, I'm at the car wash now, but I'm not having my car done. I'm having my motor done. I had it fixed. You know, the battery dead, spark plug dead, you know that. It's been ready. Thank you, Di. Thank you so much. I get such good service at these places. But then I also tip very, very good. So, but I'm selling it. You know, I don't drive it that much anymore, and I'm having it washed. But here's a picture of it here. After it's washed. Okay. So, yeah, I'm selling it. So those of you who are interested and may want to buy it, you can call me at 631-766-61. No. 097334361. 092334 That's 0932-342-6146. It's affordable. I'll put it to you like that. I'm not gonna throw a price out there because I may get a sucker. One of those things. But anyway, yeah. So I'm selling it. You know, but an interesting things happened to me over the past couple of days. I know some of you watched my video and I told you about my niece who ended up in the hospital. She had stomach problems, stomach pain. They didn't know what was causing it. And so what happened was that they took her to the hospital. She stayed in the hospital for a few days, and they thought it was getting better, brought her home. But then, you know, she kept having pains. So they took her back to the hospital. Now, when they took her to the hospital, they had her, you know, they couldn't find out what was wrong with her, to make a long story short. And so she's been there for a few days again, and they didn't know what was going to happen. So they said that they wanted to do an exploratory surgery. So Mia asked me what's an exploratory surgery. I said, that's where they just go in and just look around and see if they can see what's happening with you, as opposed to testing and see what's happening with you. So I told Mia, that's not a good idea. I said, you know, for them to, good morning, how are you, Di, okay? See, she gave me a nice, beautiful smile today. There she is. She works inside the booth. I wouldn't impose on her to ask her to say hello because she probably won't. She's shy. So anyway, so they had her in the hospital. So they transfer her to another hospital that has a lot more advanced testing, I guess might be our best way of saying it. But then it turned out that they didn't know if they took a what, I don't know what kind of test it was. If I sat and thought about it, I'll think of the name of it. But they still couldn't tell what was wrong with her. So in the meantime, the family is frantic because she's getting worse. And they don't know, you know, what's happening with her. And so being in the Philippines, before I tell you the rest of that story, let me tell you this story. I had a friend named Kenny. Kenny was the coolest brother I've ever met, man. I mean, this guy, he was an able-bodied seaman. That means he'd go out for about 4 months or 6 months, and then come back and a very, very rich man, you know. And he would stay at one of the hotels until his next deployment. And in the meantime, you know, he had girls. I mean, this is the only brother I know that not one girl, not two girls, but 3 girls at a time. I told him, I can always tell, man, I want to grow up be just like you, you know. So, but Kenny was also involved in all the latest gadgets, you know, the AIs and all that stuff. So he had this one cell phone that he has. I'm gonna see if she put the video. Wait, I'm gonna put the video in here. I'll cut right here.
This might be a bad intro, but speaking about let's talk about the Filipinas. The girls here in the Philippines.
The girls here
aren't they fantastic?
They are wonderful.
Aren't they beautiful?
They're,
oh my God!
Beautiful.
Oh my God!
I mean, their honesty is young approach.
Right.
They try to help you out as much as they can, and I mean, you can buy them into your home and don't have to worry about nothing coming up with.
Yes. Oh, it didn't go off, Ken?
No, because we weren't trusted individuals.
Ken showed me his new phone. Turn it on for a second. Ken has always showed me the latest gadgets. Whenever he comes, he always says, "Yo, G, come over and look at this latest. Look at this. And this one has
anti-theft alarm. Alright, so I go to my anti-theft alarm.
Artificial intelligence and everything.
It's all this good stuff. And let me find it for you. Okay, here it is.
See, if I had a producer, we would have had this already planned out.
Motion detection mode.
Yeah.
They got all sorts of modes. It's counting down. I'm gonna put it down on the table. Now, you see? It doesn't even want the table to touch it, okay? That's how good of an alarm is, alright?
I told him, you just need to hang around better class of people.
Okay, one more time, because, okay, I'm gonna do it now. Okay, motion detection.
They cracked me up, man. See?
There we go. Alright. Motion detection, boom. It's counting. I'm putting down the table.
Right.
Alright, we're gonna wait 5 seconds. It's gonna click itself in. Now this is good. You go to a restaurant, or maybe your partner wants to look at your cell phone and see who you're talking to.
Let me make a disclaimer. We're not getting paid for this promotion part of this product. But go ahead, Kenny.
Please, try to take my phone.
Okay, are you looking?
Who's there? Hey, how you doing? He just wanted to look at my number and my picture, right?
Oh, man.
I'm not dating your wife, okay? Now you know, right? Okay, so that's what you think about.
There. So you see, the video, the cell phone was one of those that if you touch it, it would go off, which I thought was kind of cool. You know, but anyway, he was married one time, and him and his wife fought all the time. You know, they didn't get along or whatever it was, and she got pregnant. And so she didn't want the baby. So what she did was that she threw herself down a flight of stairs. And as a result, she had a miscarriage. And of course, she lost the baby and whatever. But there was so much anger in between them that he started thinking that they were trying to kill him. One day he woke up and he found like a chicken claw under his bed, a chicken head under his bed, and he figured that it was some kind of voodoo that they were putting on him. And so one day he was sitting at the table, and they were eating, and he was eating, and then he noticed that he was the only one eating. And so he sat at the table and looked at everybody while he ate. And that night his stomach was very bad, very lot of pain. In his stomach. He thought he was going to die. So anyway, he got the flock out of there. They ultimately got a divorce, but that being as it may, the reason I bring that story up because my niece's parents start thinking about getting a quack doctor. She said they're going to get a quack doctor. I said, a quack doctor? What the hell is a quack doctor? He said, a quack doctor, one who, dabbles in spirit. You talking about like a soothsayer or a witch doctor? Yeah. But here in the Philippines, they call them quack doctors. So I got a big chuckle out of that. But they had them come over, and and I guess she had a curse on her or something like that. And the husband signed. The hospital had decided that they wanted to put on antibiotics and watch it for 3 days, and so they decided, the quack doctor decided that they would remove the curse, but they had to bring them a black pig. I said, what? Yeah, that the payment would be a black pig. So, not a white pig, not a pink pig, a black pig. So I got a chuckle out of that. So thank God they got another opinion of someone who was a relative of the family, you know, in some kind of way. And he examined my niece, Samantha, who she is here in better days. But he examined her and said it's her appendix. And said they have to operate right away because he thinks the appendix had burst inside of her, you know, and that's why she was going through what she was going through. So they scheduled an operation at that night, like 9 o'clock at night. And so, in the meantime, there was money that had to be raised because they had to put maybe like $50,000 down or something along those lines, you know. They had already paid for the first doctor. You know, the father sold what he can, pawned what he could, but it's now nowhere nearly enough. And so they asked Mia and I if we could help. So, you know, I told her, well, of course, you know, what did you want to give them? And so she had said, I said, it's $10,000 now. So they said, yeah, but when they went to the hospital, they found out that the operation was going to be well over 10,000 basically. You know, and so, you know, no hesitation again, you know, knowing that, you know, I'm on my budget for the month and whatever. So I ended up giving a lot more than 10,000. I'm not going to say how much because it really is irrelevant, you know. But I gave her money and then they could proceed with the operation or whatever. And it turned out that her appendix had burst inside and the toxin started moving around. She was saying some kind of crazy things. So there was some speculation that maybe the toxicity had started traveling to her brain or whatever. So, well, you know, we know that that's never a good sign when the toxins start traveling through your body and start affecting other organs. So thank God, she had the surgery and it was a success. That night when we had dinner, we prayed for her, and just a prayer that whatever your will is, God, let it be done. Because I don't believe in foxhole prayers. When you're really, or when you're nuts in the sand, you pray to God and say, God, please don't let me do a lot of time. Oh God, I promise I'll get my life together. Please let me get over this situation. Well, those are things I call foxhole prayers. Like being in the army on the field, you want to get in the foxhole, because you stand a better chance of surviving. So instead of my doing foxhole prayers, I just prayed just that. I said, God, whatever your will is, let it be done. We know, you know what's best. We know you have a plan, and everything happens for a reason. And for whatever reason, you are putting this on her. We know you have a plan. But we have a sister-in-law who came down, and every family has a holy roller, and she is my bulldog. Boy, I thought that was somebody else. We know she came down. Her and her family are quite religious. There's no other way of saying it. So she comes and she has prayer session and all that make a long story short, everything worked out fine, and she's in recovery. She's doing well. Thank you very much for those of you who wished her well. I really appreciate that, especially you, Anthony. Thank you, Anthony. Which I was chatting with Anthony, and it was funny because I was just thinking about it the day before. And it's funny that it's often said that when you think about someone, you know, they often call or come by or you see them. And so I don't know if you remember a few weeks ago, I got a care package from him that had it all my New York favorite cupcakes in it. And this is almost like a month ago because I saved 2 cakes because my sister-in-law, the one I was talking about, she was pregnant and she wanted some chocolate. So I saved 2 cakes for her. And so I ate one a couple of days ago. I just couldn't wait no more. Tired of sitting in the refrigerator, you know. I had to get to that chocolate. And so what happened was that she came, she ate 1 cupcake, and she didn't like it because, you know, she said it's sweet, it's very sweet. I said, yeah, well, it's a different kind of sweetness. You know, that's why I don't buy a lot of cakes here in the Philippines. You know, they're sweet, they're how do you call it? They're filling. You know, all that stuff. It has an odd taste to it, and I just haven't adapted to it yet. But she didn't like the chocolate, so matter of fact, last night I decided to eat the other cupcake. So I'm eating the other cupcake, and then, you know, of course, Anthony texted me. I said, wow, this is so funny. I said, I'm eating my last cupcake right now. So it was cool that him and I texted and whatever. So anyway, so that's where I am right now. You know, right now I'm, like I said, I'm having the motorcycle done. I'm going to put a for sale sign on it once I get home. And hopefully I can recoup some of my money that I put out. But it's all good. Also, for just those of you who don't know, I have OBS. OBS is a streaming service. So I did learn how to use the streaming service. Wow, I feel like Calvin. Wow. So I'm going to stream today. I'm going to work the program and try to get familiar with it, so this way I can start streaming. So I'm looking forward to get into that and get busy with that. Okay, so going to be a little trial and error. Some of you may have seen some of the errors already up on my channel with Gene, but be that as it may, this is Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans of waiting. Action never disrespect the elder or pull someone up. And sometimes you're the only one to see your vision. And the best revenge in life is to live good. I'm living good today. I hope you are too. If you're lucky enough to have a woman like Ali Woodson, formerly singer of the Temptation One Son, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make her feel like a king and never say no. Okay, so I will talk to you soon. Man, love you like a love song, baby. Ciao.